Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to another episode of FREIBA E Watch List, where we discuss stocks that our community is looking to trade. Uh, we then post this watch list in our chat room before the market opens every morning, so definitely don't miss out. We always have something for you, whether it's trading to the upside or downside, and right now it's looking like the downside. So let's jump right into it. We start off with the SPY. A rough day in the market today. You had a slight gap up and then a kind of total failure here in the market today. The SPY hit a low of 449 and 50 cents. But it started out okay, right? We started to squeeze up here, hit a high of 464.67, and then sold off the rest of the day. A couple factors. One, there's still some concerns with the Omicron variant of the COVID virus, and also we had some Fed meetings, hearing with Congress today. The Fed Chair Jerome Powell, as well as Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, is meeting with the government to discuss the financial markets and quantitative easing, and as well as tapering. So there's been a lot of fear, kind of shaking the markets up, mainly starting with that COVID issue that's starting to pop up again around the world. So today we just had our first case in the United States, and that's in California. And so again, that's what's caused a acceleration in the markets to the downside, and we definitely took advantage of that. So we'll jump into our watch list today. Kind of the format is we'll talk about our watch list, some of the trades, and then we'll end with some bonus tickers that we have on our radar right now. So again, that's the SPY. In terms of levels that we're looking at to the downside, if this trend continues, then we're potentially looking at a a drop to 445. That's kind of where the next level of support could potentially be, because again we're breaking all types of levels here. In terms of what happened with the Delta scare and the market pulling back before, this was a few months ago. There's was a about a um, about a 5% drop in the market. So, it constituted about, a little over $20. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So, you can have that acceleration again to 445, but we're going to, obviously play the volatility pretty closely and continue to bring you guys, just awesome tickers to potentially trade. So, first one we'll talk about is Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear Workshop, that is ticker symbol BBW. And Build-A-Bear had earnings that were just released this morning. Had a nice positive reaction, right? Wasn't a big sell-off. And so it started to creep up here into the open. And right before the market opened, we put it on our list and it had a great day. Had a low of about 1860-ish, 1850, and a high of 2334. So really nice move out of Build Bear, and congratulations to everyone that took advantage of that trade. But really nice move again. We are looking for some potential continuation. Yes, the market is declining, but we want this to kind of break out over some key levels here. The target on Build-A-Bear is about $25. However, again, with the weakness in the market, we don't expect it to get there right away. So we'll definitely keep this on watch. But similar to what happened a couple earnings ago, we kind of had initial reaction that was pretty strong and positive. So we're looking at some again higher levels here, potentially on BBW over the coming weeks. Obviously, you want the market to slow down, stop depleting, and be in a nice uptrend, or at least bouncing from the downtrend or off of it for a potential reversal. And so that's kind of where we'll take a closer look at Build-A-Bear. But again, great trade this morning. Next, NVIS, Microvision. So this was on our watch list this morning. It actually had a pretty good move out of the gates. So at the open, you had some profit taking, and then a nice bounce off the $7 level, and had a high of 753. So a really nice curl here. You kind of have a W here, or an ABCD pattern, again, which was really nice. And so congratulations. We took this morning, and again, you had a few of our traders that got the majority of the move. Again, $7 was a pretty key level. It bounced, moved nicely, and again, congratulations to anyone that took part in that trade. All right, next, this was on the radar today. This is VBIV. They had an FDA approval for, I believe it was a hepatitis B drug, but the FDA approval was pretty strong in pre-market, had a massive pop, right? Had a high of 370 from the lows of in the 280s, and we were looking for a curl, but instead we kind of got consolidation, which wasn't bad. So we ended up taking a position in this because we are looking for some more upside. The chart has a relatively interesting pattern that's forming here, but again, the news is pretty strong. So we're going to look for some more upside here. The level that we need this to break is $4.12, and so that's the current price target on VBIV. All right, and another one that we had on the watch list today was RIOT, RIOT. This is a blockchain play. It's following Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was bouncing pretty nicely this morning. Over the last couple of days, it's starting to move up. So we played this to the upside this morning. It had a high of 40.95. So you see it broke above this channel here that we had plotted, and kind of broke back low, obviously with the overall market. But really nice move, and it was pretty explosive when it got to these highs. But we took a couple trades on this, and it worked out pretty well. But again, this was on our watch list before the market opened, so congratulations to all of our subscribers. All right. Now, the biggest trade of today was on BIR. We were actually here on YouTube last night talking about BIR, and how it was on our radar, and that we were probably going to put it on the watch list today. We did, and it worked out tremendously. So out of the gates, you had some profit taking, and a nice bounce off this low here, 41.10, and it just ripped. I mean, it moved a little over $8 right from the lows. So a really nice move, almost 20% from that low on VIR, and this was a 300% win. It's obviously with options, but that is a very significant price action from a price per share standpoint, and definitely from an option standpoint. So VIR does have options. It's a former runner, so again, a lot of factors that played into why this was on the list, and it was a phenomenal trade. So congratulations to everyone that took advantage. And again, that was a 300% mover today alone. All right, so a few other trades that we'll talk about. We caught a pop in CARV. So there was some news in relation to Netflix that was looking to invest into some minority-owned banks, and CARV is a minority-led bank, and we believe the ownership is minority as well. But this got a pop. It's a former runner. And we've always looked for it when you kind of hear these certain types of news. These tickers, CARV, BYFC, are typically correlated. So we got in kind of like right after the news came out. This was around 12:35 ish, right? But it caught a nice spike for almost $1 a share from our trade. But you had a really nice spike here to 13.55. So again, over $1 a share as far as that spike goes, and got most of that move. But it happened quickly and kind of faded the rest of the day. But that popped up on the radar today, and that was one of our second best trades today. Actually, I might stand corrected because this next one is CRM, Salesforce. So we actually traded this in both directions today, to the downside, which is mainly the trend here, but also this pop to the 270 mark on the intraday basis. So this morning, and then shorted in the afternoon. It was pretty nice move. We didn't catch the whole move, but we did catch some nice accelerated moves to the downside. So we had about 3 or 4 different trades that we put on, and I think one was long, and then the others were short. But really nice downside move today. This was on the watch list as well. It initially had that pop, and then started to fade. The catalyst here was earnings, and the earnings, it was kind of a negative reaction to it. So a rejection of this level into the kind of the midpoint of this channel, and so this could have went either way today. We were looking for it as a bounce play. It bounced right and hit about 50% of that gap down, and sold off the rest of the day. So again, we played it to the upside after this, around this bounce area, and then it kind of went to VWAP and then broke down the rest of the day. But that was also a nice trade, nice few trades today. But we were short bias, so we primarily shorted that. Next, we caught a short on Twitter. So as most people know, Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, has resigned, and so there's kind of the answer to all this downward pressure on Twitter. You have obviously insiders selling, and and so the stock market has really been declining. So obviously this is the the rumor before the news. And this morning we were looking at a few levels here. $45 was the potential breakdown level, and so we caught a couple shorts on Twitter today, and it worked out pretty well. And it has a low of 42.68. So Twitter is overall kind of in some trouble here. One, the sentiment is not that high on it, and two, the overall market is pulling back. So this is kind of a falling knife at this point. So we'll continue to watch this for some more setups to the downside. So we'll identify some key levels here as we look to potentially short this again if the market kind of continue to decline here. But the $39 level looks about right on Twitter. So we're going to keep that on watch. But again, nice trade today. All right, next is SAVA, SAVA. So we caught this second breakdown during the pullback, that kind of initial pullback in the market today, right around when Joe Biden was speaking. He also made some commentary in regards to the economy as well as the virus and pandemic and all that. But SAVA, we had it on the watch list, and we were looking for, this was on the watch list recently, but we were looking for a potential move up. But again, market is weak, so the bounce, didn't really happen. It was weak all day, and so it presented a nice opportunity to short. We did so, worked out pretty well. So again, congratulations to anyone that saw that alert and took advantage. All right, and so now we're going to talk about a couple tickers that we have on our radar. So similar to VIR yesterday, We have a couple new ones that have some decent upside potential in them, and we're going to take a closer look over the next couple days here. First ticker is ARDX. So this is actually a penny stock, and literally right around $1 per share. But they had some pretty interesting news. They had recent price target upgrades from a couple reputable names, and as well as a approval by the FDA for a um, IBS drug. So pretty nice price action out of the gates here. Pop from 130 to 160, right? That's a pretty massive move for $1.30 stock to move 30 cents, right? And so after seeing that, we kind of put on our radar and into the close here. Obviously faded with everything else, but now we're looking for some potential curling action back up over that 130 level where it broke out from today. But again, some pretty lofty price targets on it, so we're now kind of hopping this one, and we have it on watch. It's now on our radar. And then lastly, AOSL. So this is a semiconductor name. We've traded it before. It did worked out really well for us. Now we're looking for some more upside in this. One, the semiconductor shortage is a big deal, and with that issue that's lingering in the supply chain, that's going to cause some upward pressure. And this is something that we talked about when we took the trade initially, but just want to update everyone on what the thought process is here. So obviously the market is pretty weak. However, this didn't hit these lower lows like everything else, and it held up pretty well. So we're going to look for some sooner rather than later upside in this with a couple targets here. I think the long-term target is around $60, but for now we're going to just kind of watch the bounce off of this gap fill to the downside potentially tomorrow. So that is AOSL, and that is FREIBA watch list. So again, we'll post this watch list, the updated version, in the morning before the market opens, just like every day. And it's literally the best watch list out there. We've been at this for a while. Our picks are amazing, and we try to share as much information with you guys as possible in after-hour sessions, live sessions, things like that. But our community is growing pretty well, and we're super excited for what's to come. We have more announcements on the way, so make sure you click the link in the description and join our community. The watch list subscriptions, they come with a lot, so let us know if you have any questions, and if you need us to review any tickers for you or have questions about your portfolio, please hit us up at FREIBA on all platforms. So you can tweet us, you can write a comment here, email, however you want to get with us, just do it. But the chat room is actually the best place to find us. So again, click the link to join, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great one.